And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Victoria 3, beginning of a new stream. We got multiculturalism here simmering in the background. We do have queued up text going. Rubber mastication doesn't seem like too bad of an idea. Vulcanization following that up. Steel railway car, okay. And... vacuum cannon. Yeah, vacuum cannon. Okay. So we're basically going to get back into this run. I don't know if we're going to finish out the run this stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, this part will be before the next major patch comes out. So today, as I'm recording this, today, the day I'm recording this, earlier today, I saw the expected patch release date for the next major patch. So if we were to say record 4 parts today, I believe the 4th part would come out on the day the major patch releases. And to be fair, the major patch is going to rebalance some of the things that I think affects the balance of China here. So at that point, we probably would want to start a new run anyway, because China would be a different balance. Is UK in war with whom? Punjabi uprising and uprisings. Okay. So maybe an argument that if we could see one of those uprisings succeed to Persia, we could move into Persia. So as far as the run goes, we do want to probably get the run done sooner rather than later. Originally we were going to plan to do 3 parts tonight. If I think it can get done in 4, we'll do a 4th part. If you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube. Either way doesn't probably really affect you watching on YouTube because we're releasing a part a day. So we do 4. The 4th part will come out the day the major patch comes live and makes the run a little bit less topical. Yeah, so we got multiculturalism going, and we're working on building up the GDP. Multiculturalism may fail. We'll see how that goes. Let's unpause, let some stuff happen. Let's take the bureaucracy hit and build more bureaucracy. Yeah, one thing I'm thinking of doing is potentially expanding the army. Because the question comes down to how happy is the armed forces? Not happy enough. We allow them to build in our place, which isn't super good because we are trying to privatize stuff for mutual investment rights. Their capacity to buy is probably better than our capacity to buy at the moment. I could turn the privatization off. I'm gonna decline here. Okay, we didn't piss them off doing that. Good to know. Excellent compress. Just take the loyalists. Although, literati loyalists are maybe not the strongest. Oh, I have shift work. I can go all the way up to 50. Oh, okay. In fact, it's probably a little bit encouraged at this point. Yeah, I think we're going to try to build up the government institutions here, maybe build up the army. Oh, maybe I don't need to build bigger institutions yet. They want a defensive pact in exchange for weak investment rights, and they ship chairs to us. No, I ship chairs to them, which is probably better for me. Okay. Yeah, I think multiculturalism is going to fail again. Which is fine. We'd like it to succeed, but it's not the end of the world. It doesn't. Right now we have subjecthood, which is, for our purposes, is about the same. This is just basically better subjecthood. Yeah, this is now dead. From a law standpoint, is there any other laws you want to change? We're happy with commercialized agriculture. Go to more schooling, we go to compulsory primary school. Although there's pretty strong opposition to that, apparently. Although the opposition is not in government. Still a chance coming from what? Just factions that would be angry? Okay. I'm surprised the literati are opposed. Oh, the literati and the industrialists are opposed to it because they're market liberal right now. Okay. So let's bring the Confucian scholars in because they're now corporatist. And we can use them to do some law changes. Could go for the old age pensions. They've changed it up so it's got minimum wage on it. So either this is really bad now, or it hasn't really affected it. I'm not 100% sure. Opposition? Where's the opposition coming from? Scholar officials are opposed to that now. Okay. Opposition to public health? Just the trade, just the industrialists. Yeah. So we probably want to do this now when the industrialists are fairly weak and not in government. I need more in the queue. And then what do I want to build next? So sort by price, sort by high. So we're importing a decent amount of groceries, and groceries are high. Same thing with the glass. Oh, I should probably do the construction resources. We swapped over last part to construction stuff. Yeah. So steel's high, glass is high. Surprisingly, explosives aren't that high, but... So we've got 2.68k glass coming in from trade routes, plus that again. So that's almost 5,000 glass. In fact, that's probably a good number to aim for, 5,000 glass. Okay, I think I'll do 4,000 glass. So that'll be 100 glass works. Want to do domestic, unemployed, because we're trying to fight unemployment, so the highest unemployment places. We do have economy of scale, all the way up to 50, so there's an argument just to build places up to 50. It's showing that it might not be particularly profitable. That's because it hasn't accounted for trade. basically the cessation of imports. So we'll run that. That's good enough queue, I think, for the moment. We're down to 0 infamy. Do I want to start any wars? More stuff. Do I want to fight India? Still a little bit high for annexing the country outright. Let's just chip another state off of them. So you're the northern one, the southern one. You're the southern one. You're the southern one. We want the northern one. There we go. Oops, that's what I meant to hit. Military tab, please. Smaller army. Mobilize. Deploy to the border. Oh, we got 2 fronts. Deploy the even smaller army to the other border. They're only gonna have 1 army, so this is excessive. And then we want to take their claim off of Mekong, so we can then colonize the bottom. Yeah, the main goal right now is get unemployment down or get them employed, basically. Welfare isn't the perfect solution. In fact, arguably you'd prefer not to do welfare to fix the problem. We'll take some more inactive time, that's fine. Surprised the British aren't trying to call me in. Ah. They've already called a different ally in, and they're recognizing that if I was called in, I'd be able to ask for things, probably. Dynam backs down. Okay. We did make a primary objective of that place, so we should be able to incorporate the states and establish colony. You're unrecognized, but you're centralized. Okay. Are you someone's subject? That's the next question. Yes, you are subject of Siam. At some point I think I need to move against India. But that probably requires expanding the army to make that realistic. One thing we're getting hold up on is we're going to want to swap taxes at some point. Oh, that's actually something. Would it make sense to go straight to graduated? A lot of opposition to it, obviously, is the problem right now. That's almost appropriate income level. But yeah, we're still stuck on land-based taxation, although we're stuck on it for semi-good reasons. Quite there on you. Oh, that's enough promising. I think, but the uprising still, you know, uprising, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Yeah, still at war with the British. Although I'm not sure if the British can actually get to them. Here's a rubber mastication. So in theory, rubber will start being able to be discovered in the territories that we control. The next one we actually need for using it. Yeah, so that should help swing those two around to our sphere. Oh, I think he may be doing it as well. Power block, investment right. Okay. Okay, I need to decide what we're going to invest in next. Glass price is definitely down. Haven't maybe displaced as much of the trade centers as ideal, although we still got quite a bit in queue. Steel's probably a good one to hit. It's about a 10k deficit there. So I don't want to do another 100. I want to do, let's say, 80 for the moment. Again, we have it sorted by unemployment here, so we can see where the unemployed people are that need jobs. And we can go up to economy scale 50, so any place where we've already got an industry, let's kick them up to 50 before we put them in new places. And then I should probably do a pass on the railroads, make sure we've got enough infrastructure everywhere. Once that's done. And the industrialists aren't happy. Although they're not happy from the law change, so they'll start coming down once the law is passed. Or fails to pass, whichever happens. Okay, the British are up to something. Oh no, the British have an uprising against them. So if the British don't call us in, we're not going to come help. The British can call us in, so we'll have to be aware of that potential. Got access to a new mandate. Do we want the next construction? Infrastructure usage for construction sector buildings is tempting. Could go colonial offices. That was originally the plan with the colonization, was to go all the way up to the end here. Actually, if I still want to do stuff in Africa, that's probably what we want. That's probably advantageous over going up construction right away. The good things on construction are actually the ends. The first one is the last one. I'm less interested in the middle one. In a country our size, the railroads are fairly easy to build. Yeah, let's grab colonial offices. I just did that on the wrong one. I just did that on the wrong one. Is it going to be worth loading the autosave? I think the answer is no. Autosave would have been from the beginning of the month. Beginning of the month. Do you want to go back 21 days? Nah, we'll just roll with it. I should have done that in the open slot, not over the construction ones. We lost our construction modifier. And I could have been running both, and the plan was to run both. And that's why I'm complaining about the fact I put it over the wrong one. That was me making it dumb. I hope you're all watching me to know what not to do sometimes. Especially when I can catch them that easily. It's like, oh, I made the wrong choice there. Okay, public health insurance. Advanced, I think we're in consideration. We're on the steel mills. Glass should be coming in. Maybe didn't build enough glass in the end, actually. Or it's taking a little while for the buildings to hire up. I think we're still stuck on guild system, to be fair. This is penalizing our qualifications by quite a bit. Or compensating a bit for just having high literacy, but we tried to get off of it, and then our government changed. And it didn't work. Well, technically the head of the scholar officials changed. We were so close, too. You're demanding the return of a location. I say nay. We've got 3 different people willing to join our side. I don't think the Russians thought this through. Okay, we're at the point where... And I do want a humiliation. I might want things besides humiliate, like I probably want to remove the claims on us. So, for example, they're asking for this claim. Let's just say, no, you're not allowed to have that claim. And they want this claim, so we'll say, you're not allowed to have that claim either. And then we're going to go around and call our friends into the war. Okay, I'm not in a position to claim Baku, which probably I should have done here as well. At this point, this is, you sure you want to continue this war, Russia? Sort of play we've got going on here. So I don't think this is a war that Russia is in good standing to win. Because yeah, Germany opens up an western front for them. The British are in the war. Apparently Norway is a puppet of GB, so that's the British front. So we've got 3 different fronts on Russia here. I think Russia's gonna have a bad day. We've already mobilized twice as many troops as them, yeah. I've mobilized as many as they had, and then the Allies bring in more in. So, Russia, you want to... They're still somehow confident. Organize that war with Java. don't know how you plan on carrying out that war, but okay. This is from spread. It's going to be a while before we take advantage of that sort of advance. Well, that's actually a different question. Did I? And the answer is probably no. Oh, some of this is the new state. That makes sense. Like, oh, I missed update some PMs, but I don't remember that being this many. That should have been updatable. Okay. And then in urban, the one I was coming for was actually the urban centers. Oh, financial districts can swap over to public traded. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, because we have now access to covered markets. Do that swap. Gas, street lights, public trains. Okay. Technology spread for society or boost info. I think the 20% more spread might actually be better than 6,000. We're getting involved in all the wars. Yeah, I still think the one against Russia is going to go well, seeing as we've got them outnumbered. So we just have to hold on all the fronts. And they should have tripped down. I don't think the Russians can fight on that many fronts at the same time. Of course, there's a revolt. Well, succession movement. Is it actually going to break out? Oh, it's going to get... Okay, predicted to turn into 98% if urgent agitated. Yeah, just a little close. A little closer than desired. Oh, you lost your admiral. Why did you lose your admiral? Happy as the scholar officials? Not too worried about losing the efficiency here. We'll piss them off a little bit. Okay, we don't occupy a full state yet. I think the Russians are not going to be long until the Russians can lose. Do I get to know... No, it's not going to tell me what sort of leader they get. Well, actually push that button. So go to Reformer here. Cultural exclusion, that wouldn't be the worst of choices, I suppose. We'd have to bring him in the government for that, so we want to finish public health care first, at least. Yeah. Okay. Now we have two nationalist movements. Second one's less of a problem. Oh, the first one's already trending towards 100%. That's not great. Okay. So we gotta get these wars done. I can also eventually calm these guys down as soon as public health care is done. It's been 2 years. We can try for multiculturalism again. Calm them down. Oh, did the monarch change? No, the monarch's still aligned on royalist. So we got choices. We just need to have them not revolt until time. There's public health care. Okay, so let's calm down these revolts. I think both of these revolts would actually be calmed down with Okay, so you specifically want multiculturalism. Both are multiculturalist. Okay. Can I do multiculturalism? Yes, there's 6% support for it. Let's take another attempt. That'll at least calm down the independence movements. Twitch chat saying, evening, will, hope all is well, no more Cindy sitting. Yes, no more Cindy sitting. The last Terra Invicta stream was the day that I moved the setup back to the old location, and my parents are now back. So I've been over and I've seen the dog Cindy. Just I'm not responsible for feeding and taking care of her anymore, which means she won't be coming up and interrupting the stream because we're now in a different house again. Okay, we got machine tools and elastics. We'll probably make use of the machine tools. Let's set the elastics here. I'm surprised that this is still up in arms as we're attempting to pass multiculturalism, but yeah, they're just a little grumpy. Fair enough. Doing enough for that. Yeah, we got enough for that. Serve at the skyscraper location. Alright. Construction-wise, we do want to swap over to machine tools. Obviously, presumably don't have the level of rubber. Rubber. Do I have any rubber? Do I have any rubber? Think not. Yeah, no domestic rubber has been made yet. So definitely do it there. Do those two. Got enough unemployed there with all those. We'll probably just do those as well. There we go. Obviously, we're gonna have those done before we can start converting. And Twitch chat's asking, have I made the Cindy slideshow yet? And the answer is no, not yet. I am planning on doing that, but I haven't made it yet. I've been working on other similar sort of projects. So we should be winning against the Russians. Oh, our side's losing in that one. Poor Brunei. That's what you get for trying to invade Java, I suppose. The people was the Vietnamese figure spoken out Vietnamese favorite independent nation. I'd calm the activism down, but give them more power, which for what we're trying to do is actually kind of what we want. Let's push that button. Here's the Russian one. So yeah, the Russians are in a state where they can lose, but they're not willing to negotiate until they drop below 0 at least. And Brunei is having a bad day. I got higher priorities rather than trying to save Brunei right now, so. Java next Brunei. Okay. That's not great, but... And we still inherited the war against this person because we've got a transfer the subject to Casus Belli. Okay, so in the meantime, we can do some lead production. 2,400 lead. So 30 lead mines. Sorted by the unemployed. So we get 30 there pretty easily. Cool. $10, $5, $15. We don't necessarily want the radicalism increase, but the 15% I think is the best we're going to get here. So we'll do the 15%. That'll help with the multiculturalism passing. The main drawback from that clear is basically when we get multiculturalism. And then if OBS is correct, it does look like the Twitch chat that did the chats recently is this is their 45th stream they've seen in a streak. Okay, there's breach loading artillery. Not that we're going to really take much advantage of that. Swap the PM over on it. Not any other artillery foundries we do. Yeah, victory is soon with the Russians. The Red Scare. Rise of communism in Japan. Okay. I've definitely got more lower strata pops than anything, so I should probably take the bottom one here. Thieves and liars. We'll take the authority hit for the extra bracer chance. Okay, what do I want to build? I don't think we got any more rubber for the moment. Yeah, we got all the rubber developed. I kind of don't want to build plantations for the time, because that's going to make the unemployment crisis worse. Oh, I was going to check up on rail. Do we have enough logistics everywhere? sort of future-proofing a little bit here, where we've got unemployment. Oh, and let's subsidize the rubber plantations. Subsidize you. Automatic irrigation. Yes, I know it's not profitable right now. Oh, we got no problem pissing off the Japanese. Have the Japanese even westernized yet? No, they're still in the line. So I can definitely chip some territory off of them. We can get colonial offices up to 3 pretty easily. Oh, I probably need to send troops down there if we want that to succeed. Which means I really need the Russian war to end so the troops can come down from the north, yeah. Okay, the Russian war can end. So our main combat stacks can come down. You should have a general. Nowadays, I think the game needs to be a little bit better at communicating that the generals have died. To be fair, it's not too bad when the situations are actually showing properly. Wouldn't be the first time we've had a bug where they're not showing. Music guy needs to be promoted. Okay, let's get these down to the front. Yeah, the balance of power on this front is actually including the guys that haven't arrived yet. Once they've arrived, I think we have the advantage and we'll push to a victory on that front. Here's anarchism. If we're trying to go anarchy, that would be good. We're not, so it doesn't really matter. Maneuvers per play. Sure. Okay, obviously in a we're having construction efficiency issues. How much surplus rubber do I have? 300-ish. Okay. Okay. So a few more over. All the low quality ones. Okay. Let the market stabilize and then we'll swap one of the bigger ones over. Yeah, we're out of another war. Don't appreciate the stall, but it is what it is. Well, that's something I can do. We got a fleet. Swap you to intercept. We take the little one here and try to do naval landing. Oh, Siam, at least that portion of Siam is not coastal anymore. Yeah, so eventually the Spanish will leave this war, and the remaining participants won't be able to really resist. And without Spanish support. That's the Spectre haunting the world. I don't know if we're trending up or trending down yet. Trending up. Because we apparently don't have very many loyalists. Fair enough. Ah, and then the policing and home affairs kick in, and yeah, this is... We have maxed out policing, so we're not going to decline into communism. At least not accidentally. Debate failed. Okay, that's a backslide, and we'll see if that passes. We do want multiculturalism. That solves a lot of problems if we can get it passed. We got vacuum cannon going. What do I want after vacuum canning? Suppose if I want to go to tier 4, I should probably finish picking up the tier 4s. Although we don't really need to care about Helene. Or is there anything I want in society? Civilizing mission. Identification documents. Yeah, at which point then we'll probably do electrical into telephone over there, but we'll contemplate that again when we get there. Groceries is tempting. How's our two companies doing? Both have their bonuses active. Good. We're no longer importing steel. That's probably where we want to be. For a nation that can produce dyes locally, the fact that we're importing it is interesting. Could make more glass. I think it's food that I want to do next. So about 6,000 food, let's say. So that's about 6,000 food, yeah. So 40 levels of grocery. We'll go 43. Oh, good. So some check up on viability at tax swap. Definitely getting more viable. Probably good enough that I can make the swap and eat the cost in the short term. I get trade privileges. In exchange, you get military access. Yeah, I'm on board with that. This is a little bit more of a fight. This is 23 versus 9, so that's more likely to fail. Are you not decentralized? Yes, you're not decentralized. Do you have an overlord? You don't have... No, you are decentralized. I guess you're just in a different state. Yeah, you're in a different state. Presumably Cambodia has claims on you. Okay. Let's double check who has the claims. Cambodia, yeah. Back to 6%. This is about as far as we've gotten. We'll see if it succeeds. I suspect the answer is no. Yeah, I don't think that naval line is going to succeed at this point. And we got to the enactment phase. So if we roll a nat 20 on the proverbial d20, we will have multiculturalism. I think I might do another pass on the glass. Rubber boon, I need more rubber. Presumably that means we've got more rubber. What's the price of rubber right now? Yeah, let's swap the next one over onto rubber. Onto the machine tools. Should shoot rubber back up. See if it comes back down again. Oh yeah, we're gonna do glass. Might as well just do another 100 glass works. Okay, Spain's out of the war, so the main force resisting our advances has abandoned the fight. So we should be able to occupy Chamsk and peace out the war. Okay, another legislative failure. So again, we need like a 5% success. So it's a 1 in 20. We get the 1 in 20, multiculturalism passes. If we don't, it probably fails. Goes away for the moment and we'll try to pass something else. Thinking about it, I need more bureaucracy. Government bureaucracy needs to expand to meet the needs of the ever-expanding government bureaucracy. You are now our subject. Fire block wise, you can come in. Right, fire block. You can come in, fight the power block. You can come in, fight the power block. Become a new subject in the power block. Yeah, political is a little bad. Shame. We tried. It failed. Okay, so if we change up the government, we got a pretty good swing to get off of guild system. So the question here is, do you want to go corporatized unions? Or go something a little more pro-trade unionist, like right to associate? I suppose we might as well just go full corporatized unions here. So who's actually in support of it? We can maybe squeeze into government to make this real fast. Petite bourgeoisie, for example. Could we make a triple government? 58%. Close enough. Yeah. Or could go into a strike from here. No, we'll go for corporatized. We're not a liberal country here in China. We are, however, back up to first place in the Great Power Rankings, so that's good. Trade privileges, investment rights, money transfer, Java. Okay. So we can go one more step to Java. Java. I want a power block embassy. In exchange, I give you investment rights. And a small amount of money. Well, small amount of money by my standards. Creates the likelihood that we can basically bring them around into our ever-expanding faction here. Skyscraper society identified, which is Beijing. No surprise there. They're committed to a play. Okay. Good for ill. Oh, they're still in the... I don't appreciate that, because I'm trying to make them my protectorate right now. Although I don't know how the UK is going to get to them. Probably at the point where I need to expand construction again. Yeah, for economies of scale reasons, we're gonna visit places we've already got some. And then push that to the front. It's gonna raise costs, but that's fine. To be fair, I should probably improve the healthcare institution, so I should really more government admin to support that. They're back. That was expected. I need to wait for Bhutan to go down. It is going down. So I'm just gonna give it time. Allies like convenience. 5% other way. I gotta get. I 50% see the allies convenience twice because apparently they're allies with themselves. Or get 1% Han pops become loyalists. We'll take the 1% of the population becomes loyalist, basically. There's vacuum tanning. Do I have the oil? I probably have the oil. Yeah, I think we do. Probably have the rubber too, so let's machine those tools. And, can that meat? Yeah, rubber goes up and rubber comes down, that's fine. Maybe we don't have enough domestic. We're still definitely importing a lot of rubber, but... We'll take this one. More loyalists will help offset the raw radicalism. And if not, we're just gonna have to send troops in anyway. And oil's fine, okay. So looking at the time, I think this is a good place to put a part break in. If you're watching on YouTube, our subjects are not the happiest of people at the moment. But I think there's ways we can deal with that, although it's a little bit RNG because we've got to get past either multiculturalism. I think it's multiculturalism we need to get past for all these guys. So you want multiculturalism. Oh, you'd take cultural exclusion. We can calm you down with cultural exclusion. Yeah, you're multiculturalism. Yeah, a couple different ways we can deal with the problem. If you're watching on YouTube, there'll be another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to take a short break to stretch the legs and sip some tea, and then we'll be back to record some more of this. Again, if I think we're in a good place to get the entire run done tonight, I will do a 4th part tonight. Otherwise, we're going to do a 3-parter. Yeah, so it depends on how many years we have left in the run when we get done to the 3rd part. If we're going to do 4 parts. So with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and/or stream. Bye for now.